Welcome, everybody. This is going to be different than the usual fare. Joining me is...
Acknowledged.
Hey guys, I'm 117 Jorn.
Takeshi Yamato reporting in.
Beginning construction.
And today we're not actually playing a game. We're discussing Trek. This is more of a podcast sort of deal.
Yeah, look, I just made Ron's suggestion. We decided, why not? Let's give it a shot.
Prepare the docking bays.
Construction
Today
complete.
we are discussing starship design, specifically from the original series. At this point
Starship
in time,
complete.
we'll cover the rest eventually, but we're starting with the original series.
That's correct.
Construction complete.
And while this ship technically didn't appear in TOS, it did appear in the animated series. And it also appeared in TOS-R.
That ship being Ron?
Oh, this thing. This is the Antares class freighter.
Ready for duty.
Will do. All work crews report to station.
Now, I use the term Antares
Research
very
complete.
loosely. Very loosely.
Yeah.
Because... well, it was never given a class
Prepare the
name.
docking bays.
Right.
It did You might notice a few design liberties with this particular one. This was designed by the venerable Major Stress of the Star Trek Continuum, now Star Trek Chronicles design team.
Yeah.
Make more room in the
The
cargo
first
bays.
appearance of this thing was in TOS-R as a grain ship. It was missing that dome on top.
Right.
Robot ship.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not wrong. Oops.
Star Trek has a bad habit
Starship
when it comes to
construction
robots.
commencing.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
usually it's a
either-
case of over-automation is a bad thing. Some is not bad,
Starship complete.
but an overabundance
All
of
work
it,
crews
not so
report to
much.
station.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the ultimate computer. And I just remembered
Starship
that
complete.
I don't think either of you have watched that particular
Starship
episode of
construction
Star Trek.
commencing.
Now.
Prepare the
If
docking
I did, it was
bays.
probably like a long time ago.
Well, the M5 Multitronic
Construction
computer was
complete.
installed in the Enterprise, the USS
Oh, yeah,
Excalibur.
Oh, that one. Yes. That's the one with the. That's the one when they installed the computer in Enterprise of Will's Renegade, right?
Research
Yeah.
complete.
That's
Yeah.
also in
Starship
TOS-R
complete.
where the robot version of this thing shows up, actually. The Woden was originally a
Starship complete.
DY-100 looking
complete.
thing.
But yeah.
Starship
I've
complete.
heard about the
Starship
M5.
construction commencing.
And
Starship
yeah.
complete.
Acknowledged.
Where
Now
are we needed?
I'm only going
Construction
to
complete.
get up the
Ready
tech
for
tree
duty.
to the ultimate
Starship
ship. I'm not going to
complete.
bother killing everything. No point.
Starship complete.
Right.
That way we can
Starship
just
complete.
discuss the
Construction
boats of this
commencing.
timeline.
Starship complete.
Yeah.
We are going in
Construction
production order.
complete.
That
Where are we
said,
needed?
Starship
I would be
complete.
remiss if I did not mention
Construction
this.
complete.
This ship I'm not familiar with.
That's because it technically never appeared on screen.
Starship
However, it
complete.
was
Construction
created
complete.
by Matt Jeffries himself.
Huh.
Stress
so-
just took the
Starship
design
complete.
and, well, retextured it a little.
Yeah. Definitely looks sort of like what you would classically think of with a rocket.
Construction complete.
If a little flat in the back.
Kind of
Does it? What does it look like to
How-
you?
It looks like a space
Starship
747 in a way.
complete.
Does it remind you of anything?
It reminds me of that, shit, what was it? The, it was like that really super, it was like that Sonic, it was a
Botany Bay.
high-speed airplane. Oh, Botany Bay?
Botany Bay. Oh no!
Hang on, I thought Botany Bay was another type of ship.
DY 500, DY 100, but this is a DY 750. Same lineage. In fact, I'm the one who described the history for this thing. They requested it.
Huh.
Stupid shipyards. Ah. Looks like we're moving up the tech tree a little, but I can
Where are we needed?
get you some of the history. Basically,
Ready
the
for duty.
DY-100 was the first interstellar craft, followed by the 230, eventually the 500, which Kirk mistook the Botany Bay for back in Space Seed. And this is the final model. Warp drive capable, you can see the nacelles in those big glowy things. Those are, in
Okay.
fact, the warp nacelles.
Okay.
Ah, finally. We can start building ships.
Starship construction commencing.
This particular design is actually beta. The Archer class. It appeared in the Star Trek Vanguard series of books. It's still technically TOS because it occurs around that era.
Right.
And it's named after, guess who?
Jonathan Archer.
Yes, we'll be discussing him later. And there's my description of the ship. Shall I read it out to you, in case you can't actually see it?
Starship complete.
Sure.
The DY-750 was the last of the illustrious DY line, stretching all the way back to the 20th century, with the first sleeper ships in the DY-100 to DY-230 range. Ships of the DY-750 class are primarily used as emergency repair and rescue cruisers along the shipping lanes used by colonial authorities far from the edges of Federation space.
Okay.
Of course, the ship never appeared on screen and was simply a
Research complete.
concept by our
All
good
sections
friend Matt
report.
Jeffries.
Starship
Now-
complete.
And here's the Archer,
Construction commencing.
Very NX feel.
despite the registry.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the Pioneer from Star Trek Online.
We'll be discussing that one soon enough, as soon as we get, you know, up the line.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, I can see the elements of the.
Starship construction commencing.
I'm gonna be skipping this one because technically it's
Starship
not canon.
construction commencing.
Okay.
It's the Ares class from Axanar.
Starship complete.
Yeah.
Come on,
Construction commencing.
it may as well be.
Well, I'm not gonna deny that you're not wrong about that. But because I'm gonna make people mad if I don't, I will.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of capital ships, we're only going to be showing a few of them. Normally, I just like to build hundreds of the damn things and just send them to go, you know, blow everything up.
Yeah. But that's not the purpose of this video.
Construction complete.
Oh, look at that. Somebody's building a D7.
Oh yes.
Beginning
The
construction.
iconic Klingon starship.
Which technically wasn't in the budget.
Where are we needed?
More on that when we get around to doing the Klingons.
Yep.
Okay, Saladin.
Starship construction
That's a
commencing.
destroyad, huh?
It's named after a French military officer This ship also didn't appear on screen, but unlike the Ares, it at least has a leg to stand on.
Right.
After all, while the Ares is... I suppose I should explain how the system works. There are 3 levels of cannon. One is Alpha, one is Beta, and one is Gamma.
Alpha cannon is anything that you see on screen.
Starship construction.
Beta
commencing.
is licensed material.
Like video games, books, etc., etc. And Gamma,
Fan
well,
fiction.
yeah, Gamma is fanfiction designs.
Pure and simple, and unfortunately, as much as the Ares looks nice, it is
It's
Gamma.
Right.
But it may be Beta.
If only Moonvez had a brain.
Yeah.
That said, I can see where they were going with it. They tried blending the Excelsior with the Constitution, and they did it effectively. So much so that Jorn here certainly likes it.
It is a sexy-ass ship.
That said, we're going to be seeing a different sort of... Ah, there she is.
Starship complete.
Behold,
Saladin.
Armed and ready.
the Saladin class.
Which is basically the Constitution saucer section and neck with a warp nacelle at the end. And the deflector dish hanging off the bottom of the saucer.
This particular ship was designed by FASA
Research
back
complete.
way in the 1990s, 1970s.
Yeah.
For the tabletop game Starfleet Battles.
Construction commencing.
All sections
But-
on standby.
It is canon.
Construction
Now I'm knowing how
complete.
what you're thinking. How the hell is this thing canon? It never appeared on screen. It technically
Beta
did.
cannon?
It appeared
beta.
on computer monitors in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan
Huh.
and Star Trek
Come on,
3.
you gotta do it. It's a Wrath of Come on!
Well, I have people in the room. I don't think they're going to appreciate me screaming.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have people in the room. They're not going to appreciate me screaming. So I
Yeah.
can't do the scream. But yeah, you can definitely see where I get the Excelsior-esque look.
Starship
Look at the
complete.
engine assembly. Look at the design of
Yeah.
the saucer. In particular,
that-
the phaser arrays.
Yeah, that definitely does have an Excelsior-ish look, but yeah, for a Gamma design, it looks pretty good.
Ah,
Standing by.
Because that's what happens when your ships are designed by people that actually give a shit.
amen.
This is a destroyer.
Another
And-
FASA design.
And what
But it-
design's that?
FASA, it's the role-playing company. They
Ah.
developed the tabletop game Starfleet Battles.
Ah.
Right.
Armed and ready.
There's Saladin. Okay, we need the advanced
Status
shipyard
report.
to get to the...
Ready for
Oh,
duty.
we're already on that.
Ah,
And some of you eagle-eyed people might recognize this boat.
McQuarrie. That... Oh. This is...
Is
This
that
is
what I
what-
fucking think it is?
That is not the Crossfield.
This is what the pizza cutter from hell was originally based on.
One of them, at least. The McQuarrie is based on design models seen in, well, for the movie Planet of Titans.
And it was made by Ralph McQuarrie.
Hence the name.
And there we have the iconic Connie.
Designed by Matt Jeffries himself. This is in fact the second variation of the Constitution we see on screen. But it is the face of the of Starfleet as seen in the 2250s.
Starship
Contrary to
complete.
what some people might make you believe.
Yeah.
Layers of Paramount Plus. Whatever the hell they call it now.
But yeah,
Be ready for anything.
this particular model actually
Starship
did
complete.
appear in Star Trek.
When?
Background
Beginning
shots.
Construction.
Background shots, huh?
Yeah, Best of Both Worlds, Unification Part 1.
Huh.
Of course, this has been slightly tweaked and modified.
Right. But yeah, I can see where the pizza cutter from hell got designed from this thing. But this looks a lot better than that thing.
Yeah, that's because it was designed by someone who actually knew what the hell he was doing.
Yeah, fair enough.
We
And
await your command.
the STD people certainly do not.
Well, I can't blame John Eves very much. He's responsible for the look of Enterprise. That said, he just took the extreme way too far.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking, okay, how do we make it look like Enterprise evolving into TOS? He just defaulted. He went back to, okay, I used to work on TNG.
We'll go with that.
Now, I will admit the STD boats, with a little bit of work, could fit in the TMP era, but they require a little bit of work.
Yeah, as they were. They don't. They're movie era at best.
Maybe.
They look more like they belong in the J.J. Abrams universe.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
Fair enough.
Mostly because of Kurtzman. That was his first movie credit for Trek. In fact, that was his first anything for Trek.
He did such a bang-up fucking job with it now, didn't he?
Let's try not to get angry. Yet.
Yeah, let's focus on the good stuff since that's what we're doing.
Now, unfortunately, there's a bit of a copyright problem going on. See, STO, who we're going to be featuring shortly, can't feature any FASA designs due to copyright issues. Just like anything from Activision can't be used in anything from TNG onward. Which is disappointing. I'd like to fly around in an Akula-class destroyer in STO.
Yeah. Legal problems. What can you do?
Kill all the lawyers.
Crew standing by.
Going off topic a little bit here, that phrase, kill all the lawyers, that actually brings to mind a novel series.
Actually, it brings to mind Encounter at Farpoint.
Well,
why do you think I said it?
But
yeah, Jorn, I think you might like this one.
There's a mystery writer, Donna Andrews. She does murder mysteries. All of her.
Here we go.
Most of her.
An older design, recommissioned due to large fighter support and maintenance facilities far from star bases.
Starship complete.
Well, this is Homeworld.
Carriers.
Well, it's more of an ad hoc carrier than anything else,
All sections
due to that
report.
massive shuttle bay.
Yeah.
But
And
that's the McQuarrie.
all
Of course,
crews
the
stand
Connie
ready.
has the mainstay of Federation exploration and the ultimate development of the NX lineage, which it is.
Yep. And you just completed a Federation quest, right?
Yep. the most powerful starship yet developed by Starfleet. It embodies the ideals of the Federation and the will to defend against all who would threaten it. It was also designed by FASA, and just like every other FASA ship, including the Ptolemy class, which is not in Home Trek for some stupid reason, was also featured on screen, and, well...
I like the
Starfleet.
I like the
Crew
triple
standing
they
by.
sell.
Bring
It was
engines
the
to
first
full.
ship to do it.
Battle stations.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, the main character of Donna Andrews' main murder mystery line. Her books all had bird names. The first one was Murder with Peacocks, and
We
the
await
main
your
character
command.
is Meg Langslow, and she has a decent extended family and stuff.
Where are we
But
needed?
her brother, Robert,
duty.
or Rob,
Where are we
he was
needed?
studying to become a lawyer, but he also
Ready for
designed, a game. It started as a role-playing game kind of thing, but then he turned it into a computer game. And it was called Kill All the Lawyers, or, alternatively, Lawyers from Hell.
And
But,
there we
yeah.
go. All of the ships of the game. From the honorary Gamma entry that really does fit in the line.
Give the word.
FASA designs, like the Destroyat and Saladin.
ready.
Be ready for anything.
A ship designed by the man who basically dictated everything Star Wars is.
And the
All crew
iconic
stand ready.
The ship that more or less, well, dictated every design seen here.
Yeah,
Just look at them all.
yeah, you can see they were all originally inspired by the Connie.
In some way or fashion.
Yeah,
Of course, that brings an end to certain designs, which means we're going to have to switch games.
yep.
We will be back. For you, it will be instantaneous, but for them, it's going to take a couple minutes.
Yep.
I told you we'd be back. But yeah.
Yep.
Welcome to STO, and welcome to the first, well...
Yeah.
It's not the first STO TOS design, but it was the first up.
Yep. The Miranda Mark 1.
According to STO, it was introduced in 2270. And we all know what happened in 2270.
Yep.
The TMP changeover. And here's the cage-style refit.
Yeah.
And just look at it. You there, Jorn?
Jorn, you there?
That's just lovely. I mean, we can't blame him. But sometimes he goes AFK.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of want him to comment on this. It's a pretty boat.
Do we wait for him?
Well, it's a good thing I can pause this.
Yeah. Alright. 3, 2, 1.
Here to help you. Which one?
And we're back.
Indeed we are. And we're taking a look at the Pioneer class. STO's very early light ship.
Yep. This was... When STO started, you had an opportunity to get the Constitution as sort of a promo ship. But when they went to Agents of Yesterday, when they did their Agents of Yesterday expansion, they did a full TOS revamp. They did a full TOS prologue arc. And that started with this, the Pioneer Utility Cruiser.
Basically.
Frigate.
Yeah, it's a mini Connie. It does all the jobs of the
but-
Connie, it just doesn't do all of them as well as the Connie.
That's the weird thing about like that for it's a weird thing for STO to do, because I keep on calling so many ships cruisers, but it's really confusing when you're trying
I
to
know.
identify them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just identify them by approximation. This thing is a frigate.
It's not a cruiser. It is not armed like a cruiser. It is clearly a frigate or even a corvette.
I'd say frigate because it's too big to be a corvette. But that's trying to apply a traditional system to an RPG.
Yeah.
We're just going to do the best we can.
Yep.
The thing that annoys me is whenever they use NPC ships, they get closer to like their proper designation. That's just annoying. So they know they're doing it.
Well, that brings us to the Constitution. Now we've seen the original Connie.
And there's the version from the cage.
The original Connie, which the one from STD is supposed to be.
But it's not.
We'll regularly rant about that later. I have every STD ship.
Yeah.
But for now, let's just appreciate this thing. And all the differences between the original, well, the cage version, and the series version. You have the spinny Bussard collectors, the smaller dish, slightly different saucer section.
Yeah.
And then we got even more differences. Big dish, opaque deflectors, the little spikes.
Yeah.
And no visit to the 23rd century would be...
No visit to the 23rd century would be complete without looking at the shuttle.
The Class F. We love it. I mean...
I was like to call it the box.
The box, yeah. Because it is.
It's a functional box.
Yep. If you've seen the original Star Trek, if you've seen enough of the original Star Trek, you know it, you love it.
Yeah, the Galileo 7. Wonderful little episode. But we're not going to be able to see every TOS ship unless I swap tunes. 3, 2, 1.
Complete.
Oh yeah. I forgot. The Miranda.
Yes. In the game, in game lore, this version was released in 2270, around the time of the fleet refit thing. This was sort of like a...
It was a transitional thing.
Yeah.
It was right on the end of TOS.
And just the beginning of the next of the
movies.
Of the era of the movies.
Yeah.
There is a beta version that looks very cagey.
Cage-ish, but yeah.
It's a prototype.
Yeah. Technically, the first we saw of the Miranda was But
I think you broke your mics.
But yeah, Cryptic is very good at extrapolating a design language.
A hell of a lot better than STD.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh
yes. Let's see. Yes. Thanks to the legendary 10th anniversary bundle, we have a glimpse of what the Phase 2 Connie would have looked like.
Now, this is the alpha version, which looks very much like the refit. The beta looks more like what it should have been, with the exposed deflector dish.
Yeah.
But this is so transitory that it basically belongs in TOS.
Yeah.
Just get the middleman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see.
Took me a second to realize. Yeah, technically this is Enterprise era, but
we did see this was technically seen in the TOS era.
and I would be remiss if I did not mention it. This could have been the Enterprise.
Alright, this was one of the early concepts for the ship, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Jeffries originally went with a ring design. We all know what happened with those.
Yeah.
Vulcans.
Yeah.
Then he went with the
let's be very glad we didn't go this route, because it's a good-looking ship, but I can't really say that it's a starship. You know what I mean? Because the Enterprise itself the Enterprise is a character in of itself, and you gotta make sure the character looks good, right? That doesn't look like it doesn't look like the Daedalus doesn't look like a ship you'd expect to be the star of the show, basically.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's literally just a ball.
Yeah. A ball and a ball and a series of cylinders.
It's got character of its own. It's just not star quality. It's a good background ship, and it's served in the background many times.
Yep.
And love it or hate it, Lower Decks finally canonized the damn thing.
Good ship, but does not qualify for plot armor.
Yeah.
And as I was saying, Lower Decks finally gave us an on-screen canon description of the ship, and outright called it Daedalus class. Take what works, torch the rest.
Yep. Alright.
Suppress the rage, Jorn.
Nah.
Suppress the rage.
Yeah. Next step is Commander. And
Which brings us to the oddity of the lot.
The Perseus class. And I'm going to admit it. I like this design. This design is cool.
Kind of like the Ares in a way. It kind of looks like the Ares.
You could say they took inspiration from it.
Yeah, but I mean, look at it. The long cylindrical secondary hull of the Constitution is basically brought in line with the saucer.
Someone once said that this thing could have been the Proto-Defiant. And it works with the design language. If I didn't know any better, I'd say Jeffries designed both this and the Pioneer.
Yeah. This Cryptic really knows how to make something work.
And as for the ship's classification, I'm not sure what to call it in the traditional line of things.
Yeah.
I blame the assassins.
No, that's just a phone.
Well, anyway, I'm not sure what to call this. Would this be a traditional cruiser-class ship like the Connie, or would it be something like a pocket battleship?
I personally put it something like a destroyer.
Oh, not wrong.
I'd say that works. Perseus class destroyer. Okay.
Of course, then there's its temporal counterpart, but we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Somebody has issues.
Yeah. We're going to go to the Gemini class. If the Perseus was a proto-defiant, this is a proto-constellation.
And it's only 200 short of the original Stelli's registry code.
Yeah. And the design certainly looks like a constellation. And again, like the Perseus, they put the reflector dish in the middle of the saucer.
I will say this. STD tried doing this, but they didn't make it look elegant.
Yeah. Cryptic did. This works.
Again, I'd say Jeffries was responsible for something like this.
Yeah, if we didn't know better, we'd say Jeffries designed this. Alright.
What do you think, Jorn? The classification for this thing?
I would say that that the creators of STD should take the hint and just hire Cryptic to do their shit for them.
Well,
right.
They practically did with Picard.
Yes, but
no, they fucking did not.
They did a lot of the ships.
No, they didn't.
You want me to prove it?
I'm talking less about the designs and more for the story.
Good point.
Oh.
But I was asking about the ship's classification. What do you think it would be? I mean, it's bigger than a colony.
I would say
it's bigger than a colony.
If it's bigger than a colony, I would say either a heavy cruiser or a battle cruiser. Maybe battleship.
Well, considering the size of the damn thing, in fact, in the one mission you actually get to see these things, it's actually called a Gemini-class battleship.
Battleship, then.
Yeah, battleship, I suppose. And next up...
By the way, is my voice coming in clear, or is it weaker now?
It's coming in clear.
Yep.
Then there's the Ranger, which is basically a, well, super pioneer on steroids.
Yeah. Yeah, they... Yeah, it's the same kind... it's the same kind of design as the Pioneer, but they put the nacelle pylons up a little bit and put them on an outrigger.
The proper term...
Personally called this ship a heavy frigate.
It's actually a lot bigger than the Pioneer.
Destroyer, then.
Well... the only ship that actually outsizes this thing is the Gemini, so... Battle cruiser is really apt.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay. Is there any...
I'm trying to look for them. I mean, the only ship I don't really have... Okay, not touching that one. Won't touch that one.
Yet.
Yeah, that's disappointing. Every TOS ship isn't in here. And I don't have access to the Temporal Dreadnought.
Yeah, the Atlas. That was originally a Lobi.
Lockbox, actually, but...
Yeah, lockbox, yeah. But yeah.
That's the I'm kind of disappointed. We've reached the end of our boats.
Yeah. Well, unless we want to look at some of the other factions.
Well, there are no TOS boats in this. But we could look at the NX for a bit. And compare it...
Yeah.
to the Connie.
Yeah.
Here's the NX, standard variant. We all know her. some of us more than others.
Yeah.
She's a good ship.
Yeah.
Here's the refit.
Yeah, this was supposed to be. If Enterprise had gotten later seasons, we would have seen this.
And recently, we have. You're not gonna like this, Jorn.
Huh?
This ship was canonized recently.
What do you mean?
A model of appeared on Picard. Take the good with the bad. Take the good, torch the rest.
Save what works, torch the rest. Save what works, torch the rest.
Remember the maxim.
Yes, Maxim 1. Pillage, then burn.
But you can see the clear design lineage.
Yeah.
Connie. NX refit. Connie. NX refit.
Yeah.
And the problem is that, well, someone took this a little too far. We will not be talking about that particular version.
Right.
Yet.
Right.
We're going to be saving that for last.
Okay.
Which means this is going to be a... I'm going to say 5-part series. At least dedicated to these ships. Before we finally move on to another faction and, well, Jorn.
Creates.
Yay. Yeah, we're saving STD for last.
Yep.
But yeah. Drexler knew what he was doing when he designed this thing.
Yep.
He took a primitive ship.
Higher Discovery, whatever the hell you're calling yourselves now. Hire Cryptic to just do your shit for you. Stop listening to fucking Kurtzman!
Fire Moonvaz.
Moonvaz already left.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I'm pretty sure Moonvaz is gone. Hang on. Let me check it out.
If so, glory.
Yes.
Yeah, he resigned resigned back in September 2018.
Huh.
Well, I may
Okay.
as well give us a chance to take a look at the... Well, the beta, the original version of of this ship. Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
this is that's the alpha.
Oh jeez, I just looked it up and I just found out why you had to resign.
Jeffrey's beta. Okay, that's the hull. That's the nacelle. That's the exposed saucer. With
Allegations of sexual harassment, sexual abuse, and abuse.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Actually, I need to experiment with this a little.
Moon allegedly destroyed evidence of his sexual misconduct.
Okay, Jorn, I gotta ask.
Yeah?
What does this look like to you?
It looks like the Enterprise, but it looks more plump.
Well, this is my recreation of the STD Connie, except, you know.
With regular Connie parts. Jeffrey's beta hull, Constitution saucer, Constitution beta saucer, Or
I see.
Or is it Constitution or Constitution Beta for the saucer?
Beta.
Beta. Regular Constitution nacelles, and Jeffrey's neck and pylons. And...
You know, someone called this thing a pregnant Connie when I showed them that earlier. You know what I said in response?
What?
As long as it gives birth to Class F shuttles.
Well,
we have approached the end of life for this.
Anyway.
But hey, we ended on a positive note.
Yeah.
A very good joke.
Yeah. And I don't think this vid lasted all that long.
45 minutes.
Yeah. What do you say, you two? Do you want to go to the next vid right away?
It's up to you, YouTube, if you want us to do this or not. Is this a series that you think you guys think you can stomach? Do you like it?
Well,
I wouldn't mind doing just going over all the ships era by era. And let's see, next would be movie era, right?
Yep. Hopefully everyone enjoys this. And, well, I certainly enjoyed making it. And certainly enjoyed making that joke.
Yeah.
So long as it gives birth to Class F shuttles.
Yeah.
See you next week, everybody.